discuss the meaning of songs from all genres of music with me, Lenny Marine. If you want to sing along and participate on the show, please call 888-994-4995. I love to learn and discover the benefits of music on our mental and physical health. Music therapy will help you get through these tough times with entertaining and educating shows. Please tune in weekly on AMP Media Productions and enjoy, folks. That was Food, Glorious Food from the musical Oliver, based on the Charles Dickens novel Oliver Twist. And that song is glorifying, because it's called Food, Glorious Food. It's all about the different types of foods these orphans are longing to have. And I hope today at Music Therapy, this is for food for thought and food for your soul, this music, this piano here, this is what I'm working with. And I hope this today gets you through, this music will get you through the day, help boost up your self-esteem and boost up your mental and physical health. How you doing today, Freddie?
I'm doing good. You know, that film was originally in the 1960s on a show called West End and Broadway Musical.
Before Oliver?
Before Oliver. And do you know that song was played over 14 different times, and they changed the name. Food, Glorious Food was changed to Cheese, Glorious Cheese, Chips, Glorious Chips. It was also, depending on the condition that they wanted to use it under, they changed it Toys, Glorious Toys. They played this song and changed the name to highlight cruel conditions. Like Children, Glorious Children, in the UK, it was used to talk about the deplorable conditions that children were being forced to work under.
Yeah.
This is an amazing song.
Yeah, Oliver Twist wasn't necessarily a true story, but it was historical fiction because it was based on how hard it was for the orphanage in the United Kingdom, the UK, and England at the time.
All over the world.
So that song has a lot of legs. That situation of a young boy.
Unbelievable.
And how he was. So this opens up the beginning of the show.
Now, do you remember in 1973 a famous movie called Charlotte's Web?
Yeah, Charlotte's Web.
The movie was in Charlotte's Web.
I saw the cartoon.
It was sung by the Spider.
Yeah. What, the song?
I'm sorry, by The Temptation, the Rat. It was the Rat that sang the song in the Charlotte's Web.
Yeah, but he sang the same exact song this song played here?
They changed.
They changed.
They changed it, but it was basically based on that song, and it was the Rat, Temptation by the Rat, that sang it. It was called Temptation by the Rat, but it was Food, Glorious Food that they were singing. I got to see Charlotte's Web at the Central Park Playhouse
Really?
when I was a child.
It was all puppets or something? Or people
No,
just
it
acted
was
out?
you know something? It was a puppet and animation movie.
Huh.
That I got to see Charlotte's. Wow. You just triggered another one. I have forgotten about that when I went to Central Park Playhouse. I must have been in the 4th grade.
Wow.
Yeah,
Fourth
fourth
grade, you remember
grade.
that far back.
Yeah.
That's far.
Unbelievable.
Yeah, then, and do you feel that way about food sometimes? Like, you know, it's when you get sometimes when you haven't eaten for a while, you really appreciate food. We live in a society where a lot of us, you know, we're taking for granted a lot of things we have, and one of the things is food. So you take a perspective of a starving kid, starving orphan, and how he actually sings a song about food. It tells you this is like therapy for him. So I'm tying that into the music therapy concept here.
Isn't it amazing how music can portray situations that are going around us and food? Wasn't there something with the potato famine one time?
Yeah, that was in. I think that was in. I don't want to get the time. I think it was in Ireland at the time.
Yes.
Yeah.
And all they did was potato everything. And they cooked potatoes. And they boiled potatoes because that was the only thing you can grow. And wasn't that like right after or before World War II or something? It was called the potato famine?
Yeah, I think it's why they had a lot of immigrants come over at a certain time. I think in the 1800s or something
Yes.
to America because of the famine. It was over there.
Yes,
They
I
were trying
remember
to
that.
escape. Yeah.
I remember reading about that. Now that I was there.
Okay. On to my next song. We're going to discuss the next song here. This is from a movie, and I'll play it for you, and then we'll see if anybody in the outside can guess. Comment in on my show if you can. That was called "The Best That You Can Do." It was actually a Burt Bacharach song that he wrote the music to it, and was sung by Christopher Cross back in '81. That's when it was copyrighted. So it's from the movie Arthur with Dudley Moore. Did you actually see that movie?
I loved that. I loved that movie. When he got drunk and started laughing.
I'm not so totally familiar with that movie, but I know it's.
Oh man,
you tell me more about it. Yeah.
It was a fantastically hilarious movie. He did an Arthur 1 and 2, I think.
Did he?
If memory serves me correctly.
This
This
is the
song
theme
was
song.
nominated for a Grammy in '81. I remember when this song came out because it had about falling in love in New York City, right? Moon in New York City.
Yeah. When you get caught between the moon and New York City.
In New York City.
The
But
best-
Arthur,
I know it's crazy, but it's true. The best that you can do is fall in love. That's like the
Hilarious.
main meaning of the message of the song. The best that you can do in this life is fall in love, right?
correct.
So you
And
know
it got the nomination for a Grammy Award Song of the Year, and it got the Academy Award for Best Music Original Song.
Oh.
So that one it did win.
I hear it on the radio all the time. That's why I'm so familiar with this song. It's like it's in the green, the greatest hits of all. It's up there. And
In 1981, it was also #1 on the U.S. billboards.
yeah,
And what does it mean to be caught between the moon and New York City? What do you think it means?
something about New York City. I guess the romance of the moonlight. I don't know. That's
Fall in love in New York City. There ain't no other feeling
something
like that in the world.
They say New York, New York. They sing the song.
Exactly.
If you can't make it there, you make it anywhere.
Exactly.
So something about New York, and you're from New York, so
I'm from New York,
talk.
and there ain't no. You're gonna sit in? There ain't. Yeah, get a mic. Get a mic. There ain't no better feeling than falling in love in New York City. I can tell you that. There's a mic over there.
Well, whatever city you're in,
That's okay,
it's good to fall in love. So, and speaking of cities, this next song is about imagining if there's seeing no cities at all, no countries, seeing life from a distance. Here's a song from a distance. It's a long song, but it has a lot of meaning to it. It was sung by Bette Midler, by the way.
My favorite singer.
Your favorite singer? Oh, yeah,
Favorite.
the Rose. I remember you telling me about that.
She
that
did
movie.
the Rose. She
She was-
blew me up. But this is an interesting song. Tell me a little bit about this song.
Well, the lyrics, it talks about how, and also about God is watching us from above, and that if you're, when you see the world from high above, you don't see, we're just, he says, we are just instruments marching in a common band. We're all like, the world is one big thing. We're not separate. We don't have no borders, and there says, there are no guns, no bombs, no diseases, no hungry mouths to feed from a distance. So from far away, we don't see all these details of life that goes on in our little world. We see it from a higher perspective. So that's one of the messages I think of the song. Pretty kind of simple in a way, but
That's what it is. The song was written to show the difference between what things appear to be and what they really are, and the distance between them. Do you know how old Bette Midler is?
it says copyright 1986.
That's the song. Bette Midler was born in 1945.
Really?
She is 74 years old. She was born on December 1st.
Wow. I wonder what she's been doing lately. She's kind of, you don't see her. She's been doing Broadway, right? She was doing Hello Dolly. for a
Hello,
while.
Dolly.
Yeah, big name. They were making a fortune off her in Broadway.
Yes, well, she's a great actress, though.
Things like tickets are there, so for a fortune. Now, of course, we have to do virtual Broadway or something like that. Okay, this is a song. I'm not doing an advertisement, but it's a song from a musical called The Music Man, and it's called The Wells Fargo Wagon. It's about the old-fashioned banking system they had, and it was like the delivery system they had back in the day. It was written in 1957. This song, listen in. That's just one verse of the song, but it's about the delivery system back in the early 1800 times. That's when the story took place, and the Music Man was like it was like a historical fiction type novel about the salesman who kind of like disrupts a city and tries to swindle a city in believing they're going to buy instruments, and the kids don't even know how to play the instruments at all. They just were able to the parent, and then in the end they're happy. This salesman, even though he swindled them, they're happy that he tried to bring music into society and into their town. But in the meantime, this song is about the Wells Fargo wagon, the early banking system, and how people would get their presents or get like Amazon would get their deliveries and get excited about it.
Now let me ask you: he was selling them the instruments and the uniforms for them to play music.
Yeah, and they really
Was he stealing them?
Well, he was. He didn't teach them how to play the instruments.
He just gave them the uniforms.
He just gave them the uniforms and the instruments.
Oh.
He didn't know. He had no clue how to play.
So how did they learn to play?
They didn't. It was like they didn't. At the end, they're just playing really poorly. But everybody's listening. They're all relatives. They're like, "Hey, that sounds pretty good because that's my son or that's my nephew playing or."
Even though they didn't play any music.
They're making horrible sounds. They're just like blowing in the trumpets and they're just like banging on the drums in all different directions and stuff. So that's kind of a cute ending. And
That's the Music Man?
that's from the Music Man.
Very nice.
That's what that song. So There Was You.
1962, and it won an award.
Okay, now I'm gonna play some more Broadway for you. And this song is called. It has like a sad kind of melody, but it's about clowns. I hope clowns don't scare any people. Some people are afraid of clowns, but this song is called "Send In the Clowns." It's by Stephen Sondheim. And I'm going to find it for you, and we're beginning playing because I read sheet music. Here it goes. I was just clowning around when I made those mistakes. But anyway, you didn't hear any mistakes.
That was a very interesting song you picked.
Oh, good. I'm glad you found interest in it.
Because this is about a young lady. It was Act 2 in the play.
Oh, you know about it.
And I know about the play. And she was asked to be married to this gentleman, a lawyer, and she turned him down. She said no. So time goes on, time marches on, and she realized that she did a mistake, and she wanted to marry the guy. She went back to him to marry the guy, and the guy was already married because she turned him down. She married somebody else. And he said no. He wanted to marry her, but because he had a bride, he wanted to respect his bride. And
Yeah.
I guess maybe because she rejected him the first time, he rejected her the second time. She sang the song, and it talks about how sad. This is a very sad song. It's,
Well, the
it's
melody's
a play on words
Yeah.
with bringing the clowns, because
Yeah.
she was so saddened by the fact that she made a mistake and she was living in regret.
Yeah.
And she was living with the knowledge that this guy was the love of her life, and she had that opportunity. She didn't take it. And she talks about the clowns, which is supposed to be a happy occasion,
She needs
not so much.
She needs some comedy in her life, comic relief.
And there was none there. And do
Yeah.
you realize that the scariness of clowns,
Yeah.
the scariness, you know how scary
Some
a
people
clown
are. I've
is?
never been really afraid of them. I never.
Well, there was this thing where there was people running around with clown
Yeah,
masks.
yeah.
And they put a fiendish face. Act
Yeah.
is a movie. Act 1, Act 2, which is
You mean the
about
movie It.
It.
Yeah.
It 1 and 2, which is
Yeah.
about a clown,
Yeah,
right?
there's a clown who's.
All of these things occurred because of this play and this song. It is the negative side
You
of
think
laughter.
the song caused the fear of clowns? This song in particular?
Yes, because of
I didn't
the
realize that.
because it's a sad occasion
It is sad.
on certain clowns come into play when you're playing with words. I mean, think about the psychology behind this thing. It's a major. I mean, when was this song written? In 40 what?
No, it was copyright 1973. Actually, it's more recent.
73.
Yeah, Stephen
And-
Sondheim.
I mean, can you imagine how it changed the dimensions of clown wearing, being sad as opposed to being happy? Clowns are supposed to be happy.
Yes, but there's a famous. Isn't there a famous sad clown like the?
Both of the clown.
No, a sad. We had a sad face, and he was like.
Yes.
It was like from the earlier on.
Yes. That was, I think, in the 60s, no?
I don't know. The Bozo clown. He was more. Was he a sad clown?
He was a
Bozo?
happy
He was a
clown.
happy clown. Yeah.
They tried to change the image of Bozo the Clown. They
Yeah, I
went
know.
the other way in
Remember the
73.
Simpsons? They have Krusty the Clown.
Krusty,
He's
yeah.
funny.
Krusty the Clown was supposed to be a bad clown. That's why they call him Krusty.
They make kind of it's more just all comedy. That's all humorous aspects.
Well, Krusty
I
the
don't think
Clown
it's
was
supposed to
on
be
that,
anything
on that
sinister about
commercial,
him.
on that show, the cartoon show.
Yeah, Simpsons.
The Simpsons, they ran for 30 years.
Yeah.
Longest running cartoon in history of man.
I stopped seeing them long, but I used to watch it when I was growing up as a kid a lot. And
And
It's
remember,
really
The Simpsons had all sorts of issues, but the clown was one of them. He was in that.
he made the show really good.
He used to smoke cigarettes and drink beer.
Yeah.
Again, going against traditional clowns are happy people.
Yeah, a lot of them have a dark side to them. They say.
The biggest well-known
That's why
clown
they were going
in
to
our
field.
century is the Joker.
What?
The Joker.
Oh yeah, you saw the movie with Joaquin Phoenix?
He got dressed up like a clown.
Yeah. That was a really bizarre movie.
Bizarre. You think that's bizarre? The one I just saw, the one something Prey, Birds of
Birds
a Prey.
I heard about the Joker's girlfriend's in it.
That's
or
his
something.
girlfriend.
And something like I didn't see the movie. But that actress, she's famous now. Margot Robbie or something.
Unbelievable. Weirdest movie. I can't
really?
believe I sat through it.
You liked it or didn't like it?
I did not.
Did not like it.
But I get it.
The clown.
I get
She was in
it.
clown makeup in the movie.
She tried to be him,
Oh,
but
she tried
then
to
she sort of. She's a great actress, and man, can she act? She played the fight scenes and everything else in there. She's a fantastic Cape Crusader against bad people, and the Joker was the opposite.
Yeah, that's why people are afraid of clowns. Because some people think that clowns are like these characters that can go overboard. That could turn from being being like the kiddish thing to being something more sinister. Because they have the Joker, like you said, and now these Birds of Prey, and maybe this song is something related to it. So that's
But that's what
interesting.
kicked it all off.
That picked it all off.
Yeah.
Okay, so send in the music therapy, send in the comic relief, and here's another Broadway song from the musical Camelot. This is a romantic song sung by Lancelot to Guinevere. If you're familiar with the story of King Arthur, that's where this song comes from. And it's also played. The King Arthur play was also played by Richard Burton. I know he was one of the. He married Elizabeth Taylor at one point. But anyway, here's a romantic song called "If Ever I Would Leave You" from Camelot. That was If Ever I Would Leave You, sung by Lancelot to Guinevere, saying he never would leave her in not in the summer, not in the fall, not in any season at all. Have you ever heard that song before, Freddie?
I have.
Broadway.
It was on Camelot.
Yeah, Camelot, 1960.
1960.
And that was actually on Broadway with Julie Andrews. Julie Andrews from
That's right.
famous Sound of Music, Mary Poppins. She was she played the Guinevere part.
873 performances, winning 4 Tony Awards.
See?
And
It's
you
a
know
classic.
that the President Kennedy, during his era, this was attributed to his presidency because he lived the Camelot era in 1964.
They said that they called that era when he lived during the good times, during the prosperity of JFK. Yeah, they called it Camelot with his because we had a perfect marriage. Like it seemed like a perfect marriage at the time,
Yeah.
with his wife Jackie
Yeah.
Jackman. So
Okay, let's get one more, Lenny, so you can take us out.
okay.
You want to do
This song is called "From West Side Story"
Oh, my favorite.
because I knew you liked that. This is sung, but it's a duet with Maria and Tony, who are like the represent the Romeo and Juliet. Sad. She actually in this story, Maria doesn't die, but Tony dies. He's like the Romeo, like it happened in the in Romeo and Juliet. They die, so it's a sad tragedy, but it's a great music. And this song is called "Somewhere." And it was also made famous by Barbra Streisand. Here we go. And I'll end it there. That was a section of the "Somewhere" from West Side Story. Now, it's your favorite, so you get a lot to say about it, I'm sure.
Well, it's a classic. I still want to bring it in so you guys can see it on the screen.
Oh, yeah.
But it's amazing how that song has been interpreted. The singers on that song and everybody. I mean, the whole thing is just phenomenal. Phenomenal. Great way to end the show, Lenny.
Well, thank you. And hope somewhere, somehow, we can find happiness in this life. And listening to music is one way of achieving that. And, talking about the music, getting into it, learning how to appreciate it more. Because this music is, when you really learn to appreciate music, it's a great feeling, and it's beneficial to your health. So thank you for tuning in to Music Therapy. I'll see you again. Listen to some sweet melodies, and let's discuss the meaning of songs from all genres of music with me, Lenny Marine. If you want to sing along and participate on the show, please call 888-994-4995. I love to learn and discover the benefits of music on our mental and physical health. Music Therapy will help you get through these tough times with entertaining and educating shows. Please tune in weekly on AMP Media Productions and enjoy, folks.